out on that field today, ask yourself this question.
What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Let's go! We ready! We ready! We ready! We ready! And let's go to the house! And let's go to the house!
When I step on the field, I send one message. And this is what it feels like. This is what it feels like. Football is getting hit. That's it.
It's gonna be football now. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Let's hunt now. Let's hunt now. Let's go. Let's hunt. We ready? And let's go to the house. And let's go to the house.
We're talking about the Jets like we're talking about the Saints. You know, all this, how like we the Miami Heat of football. Yeah. The bottom line is you got to buckle up your chin strap. It's embarrassing. Yeah. Don't disrespect the game like that. There's too much crying from them. He's a man. They can be hit just like us. He's a man. You already make the big money. He's a man. Don't cry when you step on the field, man. That's war out there. When I step on the field, I send one message. This is what it feels like. Oh, my bad. Your bad don't work in my world.
What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. We ready? And let's go to the house. And let's go to the house. It's a wrap. Game over.
No, the game's not over. It's just getting started right here on the lunch break, powered by JM&E, streaming live on ROKU TV, courtesy of BS3 TV. I got a lot going on. I got something in my background that I should have taken down. Let me see if I can get it. Yeah, I did. All right. So anyway, as you can tell, I'm not on the lake today. I'm hanging out with my girls, man. Let me quit playing. I'm hanging out with my girls and about to hit the road. Get up to Cincinnati and handle some business there. Things have really been popping off with JM&E, so I'm grateful for that. I had a great shoot here just the other day and got something I'm really working on up in Cincinnati, so I hope that takes off. So if y'all some praying folks, please keep JM&E in your prayers. If you positive energy folks, send some of that this way. If you are the light and the crystals and all that, send all that this way, because I really need JM&E to take off. So, your brother cannot work as hard as he's been working. So anyway, got a lot to talk about, and don't have a whole lot of time to do it. This is literally going to be a fast break edition of the show. So NFL week 11 is on the books. And for some teams, it was a great week. It was a great week. For other teams, not so much. As we come on the air, the Pittsburgh Steelers have fired their offensive coordinator. They fired their offensive coordinator. To a lot of people, that's long overdue. Should have done that a long time. But yeah, they've seen enough. They've heard enough. If Buffalo can get rid of their offensive coordinator, surely the Steelers could do the same with theirs. I think the one of the teams that's really on the hot seat right now, the Washington Commanders, and not their offensive coordinator, their head coach. So, again, I just got to tell you, man, there's a lot going on. All right, let's get to some of these scores. Let's start with last night's game. It was a rematch of the teams that met in the Super Bowl this past season. It was the Philadelphia Eagles visiting Kansas City. Not a great game by either of the quarterbacks. Efficient, I think, is the word that comes to mind when I think of Jalen Hurts. 14 for 22, $150. Nothing to write home about there. He did throw one interception, but he also ran for two touchdowns. 12 carries, 29 yards, 2 touchdowns on those. I don't even know what to call them. Rugby scrums on the goal line. Hey, they work for Philadelphia. I don't want to hear about them wanting to change rules and other teams can't do it because their quarterbacks get hurt. Philadelphia does it well. League, if you don't like it, stop it. And I'm not talking about by changing the rules. I'm talking about line your butt up, dig in there, and stop them on the goal line. So again, Philadelphia got the win. But what can we say? What can we say about Patrick Mahomes? Mahomes, 24 for 43, buck 77. Again, no great day. 2 touchdowns and an INT. But more than anything, he laid the ball on the hands of Marcus Valdez-Scantling. He couldn't pull it in. Couldn't pull it in. Would have been the game-winning touchdown because he hit him in stride. He could have fallen into the end zone because the defender was not close enough to him to tag him if he had tumbled at the 1 or the 2. But he couldn't pull it in. And then not only that, Mahomes laid it on in the hands of a wide receiver on 4th and 25. Would have given them the first down, would have given them another shot for another play with a chance to win the game. Couldn't pull it in. But what I love was Patrick Mahomes got up at the podium after the game and did not throw his guys under the bus. He took it. He said, hey, listen, I'm the quarterback. It falls on me. Falls on me. So you can say what you want to say about him. You want to say what you want to say about him without Eric Bieniemy. You can say what you want to say about him without Tyreek Hill. That's a grown man doing grown man things, trying to help his team win now. He's not lamenting the loss of those guys. He's not, yeah, I did my job. These guys got to catch the ball, Aaron Rodgers. He's not doing that kind of Bush League stuff. He got up like a grown man and, was the leader with the good and the bad. You just can't be the leader when it's good, Aaron Rodgers. You can't just be the leader when it's good, Mac Jones. You can't even just be the leader when everything goes your way. You got to be the leader when things don't go your way. And last night we saw a prime example of that with Patrick Mahomes. So, I say again, man, that's a grown man doing grown man stuff last night. All right, so again, the Philadelphia Eagles are now 9-1. Good God Almighty, 9-1. And, again, Kansas City has not fallen off the radar. They're 7-3, still leading in the AFC. So let's. I want to look at something real quick. Standings, boom, AFC. The Ravens have the best record at 8-3. Kansas City at second, 7-3. Jacksonville 7-3. Again, there's no comparison between those two right now. So there you go. All right, let me keep running through these, and then I'll take my break, and then I'm getting out of here. I got to roll. All right, so that was the game last night. All right, let's get to Sunday. Dallas rolled again. Cowboy fans, I don't know what y'all going to have to say today, but Dallas rolled again, 33-10 over the Carolina Panthers. What'd Dak do? 25 for 38, buck 89. 2 touchdowns, no INTs, and once again did not play late in the game. But the dude I gotta give some love to is the my brother with the pick 6. I mean, come on. Bland is just, what in the world? Not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 pick 6 touchdowns this season. Come on, man. There's wide receivers that haven't caught 4 touchdown passes this season. So Cowboy fans, keep hitting big whoop. Dallas hadn't beaten a decent team this year. Okay, but they're 7-3. They're trailing the 9-1 Philadelphia Eagle team. I said the Cowboys were going to have another great record. The last couple of years, man, they've been balling. 12 wins, 13 wins. I mean, they've been balling. And here they come again. So 33-10 on that one. Let me keep rolling. Cleveland Browns, without their franchise quarterback, got it done. 13-10 over Pittsburgh. Again, not pretty at all. But Dorian Thompson-Robinson getting his team in position to kick the game-winning field goal and then having tears in his eyes on the sidelines that he got the opportunity, that he played well enough for his team to win. Man, I love it. Everybody talks about these guys are selfish and they're this and they're that and the other. Wasn't a lot of eyes on Dorian Thompson-Robinson while he was crying because of the opportunity he was afforded and the success that he had. Very happy for that young man. As we said at the top of the show, Pittsburgh turned around and fired their offensive coordinator. I don't know many people that are doing a better coaching job right now than head coach DeMeco Ryans with the Houston Texans. They beat, Arizona 21-16. But listen to me. If the playoffs started right now, the Texans would be in the playoffs. The team that won 3 games last year and 3 games the year before that, the team that had back-to-back one-and-done head coaches, the team that had Davis Mills as their franchise quarterback. Not many people are doing a better job than head coach DeMeco Ryans, because here's the deal. Come this Sunday, they'll host the Jacksonville Jaguars with the AFC South lead on the line. And if they beat Jacksonville, they will own the tiebreaker, all the tiebreakers against Jacksonville. You mean to tell me the Texans will be in the driver's seat and the top spot in the AFC South? Hell, DeMeco Ryans needs to be given Coach of the Year right now. You know how the NBA is doing their in-tournaments, season tournament? Hell, they need to give DeMeco Ryans the in-season head coach of the year. That is man, that's great. And I'm happy for him. Yes, CJ Stroud threw 3 interceptions, but I love what he said after the game. Would Steph Curry stop shooting? Hey, shooters are gonna shoot. I'm gonna keep letting it fly. That's the kind of confidence you want in a franchise quarterback. I do want to say this for the record, though. It only goes to show how well a coach can do when the general manager and the organization do their jobs. I am not trying to slight DeMeco Ryans by talking about David Culley and Lovie Smith. They were forced to try to win with Davis frickin' Mills as their starting quarterback and a bunch of rent-a-dudes as their team. This general manager, finally, Nick Caserio, has finally got out and done his job. And look at what DeMeco Ryans is doing with him. So David Culley and Lovie Smith, wherever y'all are right now, just know this. I see you. I see you, and I feel what you went through. Again, great job by the Texans. All right, then Jacksonville blew up on Tennessee. Hey, Will Levis, where's all the Will Levis hype? Remember all that hype for Will Levis? He's been named the starter for the rest of the season and all that. Jacksonville rolled his butt 34-14, and Will Levis was 13 for 17, a $158, 2 touchdowns and no interceptions, and his team was never in the game. Never in the game. All right, the Lions back in action over the Bears, 31-26. The Packers got a nice win over the Chargers, 23-20. And Willie, I know you are a believer in the head coach of the LA Chargers. His butt is on the hot seat. He can get as testy as he wants to get in the post-game interviews. But the bottom line is you got beat by the Green Bay Packers with Jordan Love as their quarterback. Miami Dolphins rolling again. They beat the Raiders 20-13. A lot of people wanted to see what Antonio Pierce and the Raiders would do against a better team. They didn't embarrass themselves. They did not embarrass themselves. I love it. I did that just to pull you out of the water, bro. Willie said, no, sir, not me. I think there's going to be a head coach opening in LA for the Chargers after this season, as there should be, getting rolled like that. The Giants over the Commanders, 31-19. Magic Johnson and them have got to make a change at head coach for the Commanders. And if it's Bill Belichick, so be it. So be it. Let it be Bill Belichick, but they got to make a change. They got to make a change. Bills are back right, 32-6. They have sat down the quarterback for the Jets, Zach Wilson. He is no longer going to be the starter. They're going with a dude that I don't even know if he knew he was in the league. The Rams beat the Seahawks 17-16. Geno Smith, man, got rocked in that one. And how about the Broncos beating the Vikings? Russ Wilson. Oh, God, he's a cornball. And, oh, God, he's this. And, oh, God, he's an actor. And, oh, God, he wasn't good friends with Beast Mode. And he wasn't good friends with Richard Sherman. And he wasn't good friends with this dude. It's funny how all he's doing is winning right now, that his head coach has shut up and just started coaching, and they have let Russ cook. Russ looks agile. Russ looks focused. Russ is making plays. Russ could have been doing all those things, but all the negative talk was about Russ. Denver does not deserve the Russell Wilson that they have. They don't deserve him. They really don't. They really don't deserve him. Denver fans, y'all have been atrocious. Some of y'all, I ain't gonna blame all of you. Y'all have been embarrassing. Y'all don't deserve what you have. You don't. It's a great dude, never been in trouble, loving his wife, loving his family, and that's not good enough for you. And you got a head coach out there telling him, stop being a model citizen in your community. Shut up. All of y'all are embarrassing, and you don't deserve what you have. Sean Payton, I ain't off your butt yet. You got a couple of wins, but you don't deserve them. All right, so then, of course, we got to the Eagles and the Chiefs last night. All right, I had to run through that real quick. Let me take a quick break. We'll talk some college football, go talk some basketball, and then I'm out. All right, we'll be right back after this on the lunch break, powered by JM&E, streaming live on Roku TV, courtesy of BS3 TV.
If you're looking for a sports program that gives you the flavor.
Washington Commanders? Really?
This whole thing stinks to high heaven.
That pulls no punches.
Thuggish act by a thuggish actor.
That gives you some humor.
Praise everything LeBron does and never criticize it.
If you want a show that gives you good times, then this is that show. BS3 Network proudly presents.
I am Cole Johnson, and welcome to
Cole Sports with a Z. Every Friday on Patreon, and every Saturday on YouTube, Spreaker, and all other outlets.
Hi, I'm Laura Williams coming to you from Bayway Cadillac of the Woodlands. Here we've got tons of inventory here at Bayway Cadillac of the Woodlands, ranging from XT4s to XT6 and from CT4 to CT6. We've got tons of certified pre-owned inventory here. Come see us here at Bayway Cadillac of the Woodlands. You can contact Laura Williams at 281-224-3666.
What do you get when you watch or listen to the Life Happens podcast? Well, I'll let them tell you.
Kim and I are both ministers of the gospel, and the Life Happens podcast is a beautiful balance by simply taking our spirituality with real life and merging it together to create a beautiful balance. And that's what we do.
BS3 Network proudly presents Life Happens podcast, where Christianity and life intersect. Live every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central.
My name is Dennis Jeter, and I won $500 on the lunch break for keeping up with the Jonas Bracket Challenge.
We're back here on the lunch break, powered by JM&E, streaming live on Roku TV, courtesy of BS3 TV. It's my final segment. Got to get ready to go. But here we go. Let me get to this real quick. Two coaching changes already in the HBCU realm in the SWAC. Coach Dooley, Eric Dooley, only in his second season at Southern University, coming from Prairie View, was let go. Decided to move in a different direction. Didn't like the direction that the team was going in. And oh yeah, by the way, they had a winning record. And yesterday it was announced that head coach Clarence McKinney from Texas Southern would not be back after 5 seasons. His contract fully up. The athletic director, Kevin Granger, making the announcement, wishing him well, and saying that the hunt will start immediately for a new coach. Obviously, my vote is Johnny Cole. I don't know if it'll happen. It should happen. That is my vote. There's nothing wrong with bringing him back giving him whatever conditions you want to give him, and letting that man finish cooking like he was doing back when he was there. And it has been a long time, but he is the last head coach to win a SWAC championship at Texas Southern. And he is available, he is willing, and he can get the job done. And oh yeah, by the way, he will assemble a phenomenal coaching staff that will make that university proud. We'll see what they're going to do. There are a lot of former professional guys' names that they're talking about right now. And all I'm going to say is just because the guy played in the pros does not mean he can coach in college. It doesn't. Some are doing it well, some are not. Some have done it well, some have not. But you got a coach that, again, is available, knows the community, is an alumnus of Texas Southern, one of the favorite sons of Texas Southern, and a coach who you can bring in and get immediate results, and that would be Coach Johnny Cole. That is my vote for coach, and I know I don't have a vote, but that is my vote. So anyway, that's what's happening in the SWAC. Now, if you ever wonder if ESPN is really fully committed to the SWAC, they're not, because you didn't hear of either of those coaching changes on the mothership. But they love to broadcast the bigger games so that they can, quote unquote, give those schools exposure. Hey, they don't need exposure anymore. The HBCUs have been around. They've been legit. They have done their thing for a long time. They don't need ESPN's exposure, especially when you're not going to cover coaching changes like you would in another conference. All right, let's get to the CFP ranking. So Georgia should be number 1 tonight. Ohio State will more than likely be number 2. Michigan will be number 3. The question will be, will it be Florida State or Washington at number 4? I think it should be Washington. Florida State obviously has got some challenges with their quarterback going down. He's done for the year. We'll see. But I think Washington is the legit number 4 team and should have a chance to compete for the college football playoffs. Let me close with Michigan. Jim Harbaugh is not taking any of this seriously. He's not taking any of this seriously. Your school has been accused of and is being investigated for cheating on a level that is not allowed. Stealing signs on a level that is not allowed. And it says a whole lot about our institutions of higher learning and our country as a whole when the best argument folks can give for getting caught cheating is that everybody else is doing it. Jim Harbaugh was going to sue, and the school was going to sue, and all of a sudden more evidence came out, and they dropped their lawsuit, and they accepted the 3-game ban from the Big Ten. And oh yeah, by the way, they fired their defensive coordinator who was doing a hell of a job. So that tells me that there's something there that they don't want everyone to know. And instead of Jim Harbaugh showing some kind of contrition, some kind of remorse, some just kind of appreciation for the process, he gets up and he quotes Ted Lasso. And he talks about his team blocking out the noise. It's not noise. It's an investigation. They shouldn't be blocking it out. They should be complying with it, as should you. And then to go from the locker room is unified like my mother's bathing suits. What? What? Are you kidding me? You're talking about your mama's bathing suits? So she ain't in a 2-piece, she's in a 1-piece. That's how serious this is for you. I hope they find enough evidence to throw the god doggone book at y'all. I hope that they knock the entire Michigan Wolverine program out of the college football playoffs, because it ain't about the kids no more. It's about an idiot by the name of Jim Harbaugh who thinks he's above the freaking law. And for every one of you, alumni, students, faculty, former players who are supporting that nonsense, I hope it hurts. I do. It probably won't. You'll probably still get to play. And I hope y'all get rolled out by whomever you play first round or second round. I don't care, because when you have no regard for the rule of law and you think that you're above it, man, karma has a way of bringing you back down to earth. let's not be divided. Let's be united. I truly do love you, and there's nothing you can do about it. So tune in tomorrow for Winning Wednesday when we announce the winner of the Lunch Break Weekly, Keeping Up with the Joneses Pick'em Challenge. Somebody will win another $50 cash. We'll give you the latest standings, so you'll know who is in the top 6 and will compete for $500 cash. So again, Jim Harbaugh, Michigan. I hope it hurts. We'll be back tomorrow.
My name is Dennis Jeter, and I won $500 on the lunch break for the Keeping Up with the Joneses Bracket Challenge.
Hi, I'm Laura Williams coming to you from Bayway Cadillac of the Woodlands. Here we've got tons of inventory here at Bayway Cadillac of the Woodlands, ranging from XT4s to XT6 and from CT4 to CT6. We've got tons of certified pre-owned inventory here. Come see us here at Bayway Cadillac of the Woodlands. You can contact Laura Williams at 281-224-3666.
Sybil Wilkes with what you need to know. Today is Tuesday, November 21st, 2023. Number 1, President Biden signed a temporary funding bill, also known as the Republican House Speaker Mike Johnson's laddered continuing resolution to keep the federal government running. The new speaker's two-part plan was approved by the House, the Senate, and signed by the president in short order before the Friday, November 17th deadline. Like his predecessor, Kevin McCarthy, Johnson's plan was passed with a majority of Democratic support, which ironically got McCarthy ousted by his own party. Number 2, the recently opened Indie Fresh Market in Indianapolis is a grocery store that is filling a void in an area deemed a food desert and becoming a hub for community gathering. Funded by Marcus Williams, a formerly incarcerated individual turned entrepreneur, and co-operator Michael McFarland, the grocery store is a crucial addition to the east side of Indianapolis, where residents face the challenge of traveling miles to access fresh produce. Indie Fresh Market also is a second chance employer, hiring people with criminal records, giving them a second chance at employment and a positive effect on the community. Number 3, regular exercise can benefit recovery of Black cancer survivors, but most don't get the recommended amount of activity, according to a recent study. The American Cancer Society recommends at least 150 minutes of vigorous exercise a week for survivors. This is news that should be taken to heart by many Black cancer patients because they have a higher risk of dying from their disease than other racial or ethnic groups. Let's get moving. Number 4, Layla Edwards became the first Black woman to play for the U.S. senior national hockey team in a rivalry series against Canada, November 11th. The 19-year-old Wisconsin sophomore was on a forward line with Olympian Abby Roque and Badgers teammate Britta Curl in Los Angeles. The team includes 22 players from last April's World Championship roster, a sign that Edwards is in the running for the 2024 Women's World Championship. Number 5, please be careful of fraud during this holiday shopping season. This season, artificial intelligence poses a new threat, and to minimize this risk, use multi-factor authentication, requiring extra verification steps like a code sent by email or text. Visa identifies 5 fraud categories to watch out for: digital skimming, phishing and social engineering, ATM or point-of-sale skimming, one-time passcode bypass, and physical theft. Be vigilant for these risks to protect your financial information. And here's your daily inspiration from Yogi's Jewels. Peace in the mind is better than all the riches in the world. Okay. Join me today, live on YouTube and Facebook at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central, with Yolanda Starks-White as we welcome Dr. Kelly Burton of the Black Innovation Alliance, and we will discuss Black-owned businesses and more. Thank you to our What You Need to Know partners, the American Heart Association and Black Health Matters. Barbara Scotia College and HBCU in Concord, North Carolina needs our help. The What You Need to Know team is asking supporters, alumni, and friends of Barbara Scotia to help them meet their immediate and pressing needs by donating to help Barbara Scotia rise. Please join the thousands of donors from around the world who are stepping up to save one of the nation's oldest HBCUs. Visit SibylWilkes.com for more information. I am Sybil Wilkes. Be informed, be empowered.
PS3 Network. Changing the way you watch TV.